What's up, guys? We are back for another RU session. I had so much fun playing it last time that I really couldn't pass up the opportunity to do it again, and I did have a request from a friend of mine to play RU once more so that I could showcase a what do you call it? A Mon form about him, I guess, rather. So the team was actually built around Tank Growth, who I brought back from the other session, but it's a little bit different. This is no longer the whoopee that I was using, not max defense, max HP. No, instead, it's more of an offensive assault vest variant because I really wanted to try it out. So instead of giving it max HP, max special attack, I give it max special defense because it actually benefits more from assault vest that way than with just max HP. It doesn't take physical hits as well as it could because of the max HP, but that's something I'm going to have to live with. And I did build things around it just in order to take those hits. So it's got Giga Drain, not Sludge. Do not give it Sludge. That's illegal. Give it Sludge Bomb because I really wanted to use Sludge Bomb. I could have used HP Fire, but I really didn't think that that was necessary. There aren't a whole lot of things in the tier that I need it for. The only thing I can think of is Escavalier, and Escavalier is going to pretty much destroy me anyway, so I figured that probably wasn't the best idea. Now that I think about it, I don't have a whole lot for Escavalier, but I haven't seen many of those lately, so maybe I won't run into any in the session. But regardless, we have Knockoff as well because it's got that utility, and you know, Tank Growth has some pretty solid physical attack as it is just at base, so that's pretty good. And then we've got Earthquake for other stuff. We've got it for Drapion, most particularly. And even though I can't really take a hit, I can maybe catch it on a switch. Doublade, I guess to an extent, it really won't do much to Doublade, but it's the best thing that Tank Growth can do to a Doublade. So that's what we're going with. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. Mojo-janbo because Tank Growth's Japanese name is Mojo-janbo, but it sounds too close to Mojo Jojo not to go with it. So yeah. And in order to cover Tank Growth's weaknesses, especially in the poison, fire, and ice departments, we have Mongo the Jellicent, who has Taunt, Shadow Ball, Scald, and Recover. Recover is pretty much obligatory just for recovering HP. Scald is, well, Scald is there for stab and, you know, that potential burn chance. Shadow Ball, I could probably do without Shadow Ball, to be completely honest, but it might come in handy every now and then. If it comes down to it, I might change it to like Will-O-Wisp or something like that, especially if I find I'm not getting a lot of Scald burns. And then Taunt, you know, Taunt can come in handy. I ran a couple of speed EVs in here just out of speed-based 60s that have no investment. Excuse me, in the event that that matters. And, you know, I have a pretty odd spread here. It's not really completely specified. It's just like I thought I could really use a lot of defense investment, but I'd like to keep some special defense. So that's what I've done. It's not very simple, but hopefully it does well. I really like Jellicent, and it's actually got like the highest HP stat of any ghost, which is just completely bananas. Like, I can't believe this thing's still RU. I guess just because of Knockoff, but you know, what are you gonna do? And in order to cover the weakness of for Mojo-janbo here, I do have the flying weakness rather. I have this physically defensive Registeel who will take any physical hit. I mean, it will take close combats. It will. It won't like it, but it will. And you know, it's pretty good. I haven't used it at all this generation because I haven't really played any RU, but this thing's right at home here. In the last, I think it was in the last battle of the last session, I ran into a set similar to this with a Toxic Protect, and even though it's not exactly my style, it's a little too stally, I figure Registeel is pretty much perfectly suited to do it, so you know, I'm going with it. And yeah, like I said, it covers the flying weakness. Its weaknesses being ground and fighting are resisted by Mongo and Mojo-janbo. Obviously fighting resisted by the Ghost Jellicent, and ground being resisted by the grass Tank Growth. So yeah, we've got that going on. This thing, weak to, I don't really have anything to cover this thing's weaknesses exactly, like electric and ghost and dark. You know, I really have nothing for that. In some instances I've got like soft checks, you know, but nothing that will seriously handle anything for Jellicent. So there might be a lot of pressure on it in these games, but we'll see. Then we've got sub bulk up Braviary because, you know, that's the only way to run it. You can't run Scarf Braviary, you gotta run sub bulk up Braviary. It's the optimal set. I don't know if this is the optimal spread, but this is the one I'm going with. Just a little bit of speed, definitely gonna outspeed base 80s, and plenty of bulk. And after a bulk up, it's really just gonna be a nasty threat that nobody wants to deal with. So I'm really excited about that. I hope it goes well. Yeah, it's got Defiant, of course, just in case it comes in handy. Roost, just to you know, keep itself healthy. Bulk up, of course. Sub, to avoid statuses, and Brave Bird in order to fuck things up, because, I mean, while it is resisted, nothing is immune to it, so that's what we're going with. And then, what do we got here? We've got Hitmontop, B-Boy the Hitmontop, and, I don't know, I've never used Hitmontop ever, so I wasn't really sure what kind of spread to run on it, so I just kind of gave it some, like, mixed defenses. With the Intimidate, it's going to be pretty bulky on the physical side, even though it doesn't have great HP. And then, of course, it's really bulky on the special side. So, kind of got it mixed up there. Sucker Punch and Mach Punch for priority. Rapid Spin in order to get rid of hazards, because those can be obnoxious, especially for Braviary. And then Close Combat is like a strong stab, just in case I really need to fire one off. And then, of course, we've got Gallade for the win, named after my buddy Matthew. I figured I would go for like an all-out offensive set because the rest of the team is pretty bulky and pretty stally, and I figured maybe this could catch some of my opponents off guard, maybe just do some really big-time sweeping in the end. It's not super fast or bulky, but I figure after a Swords Dance, it can do super good damage. I considered giving it Shadow Sneak just because it's really not that fast, but you know, that's something that I'll consider later on in the live if need be. And then let's see. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Lumberry maybe I could change out. I'm not really too sure, but I just figured Lumberry's pretty good on setup sweepers, so we're gonna go with that, especially Swords Dancers. And yeah, I guess that pretty much covers the team. I know it looks a little weird, but we're gonna go ahead and go with it anyway. So why don't we go find an RU battle? Maybe. Alright, so we got one against Jorker. The Jorker. He's got a pretty interesting looking team. I could probably take hits from Clawitzer with my Tangrowth. It's looking a little laggy to me. I don't know if it is to you guys. But I'm not too sure what to lead with here because I don't have anything for momentum. His team's not super fast. I mean, he does have Sharpedo and Jolteon and Cinccino, obviously, but it's not too bad. So what am I gonna do? Clawitser's actually kind of looking like a threat, but I think that I can lead off with my my Tangrowth. Might as well get it in the first turn of the first battle, the first session, or not the first session, I guess, of this session. Might as well get it in there since it's supposed to be the star of the show. If this guy ever starts, maybe we're lagging a little bit or something, so you know, I'm not gonna give him a hard time. I'm not gonna start the timer just yet, but you know, after a few more seconds, I guess I probably will if he just doesn't want to pick a team. So pick a move, any move, really. I mean, it's just the first turn of the battle, man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start the timer. There was no lag. Okay, and so he does lead off with this thing. This is pretty much a free Giga Drain right now. He might think he can take me out with an Ice Beam, but I don't know if he can. I'm really hoping that he can't, even a Specs Ice Beam. I might be putting a lot on the line right there, but I think I can live it. So he goes for Dark Pulse and does nothing. Don't you fucking flinched me? Are you joking, dude? So he thought I was gonna switch into my. I better not die to an Ice Beam right now. Don't you dare flinch me right now. Okay, he doesn't flinch me, and I get all my HP back, and he's leftovers. So that's awesome. I'm gonna go for the knockoff because I'm sure I can live an Ice Beam if he has it. And he's still going for Dark Pulse just in case I go into my Jellicent, which is totally fine. So I do take out the Clawitzer, which I did label as a bit of a threat earlier on. and I still can get my regenerator off, come back in at about 80% or so. And you know, things are looking good. So he goes into Jolteon. I'm gonna Earthquake because I don't think Jolteon can kill me. Yeah, he goes for Thunderbolt, and that does nothing. Unfortunately, I miss out on the KO right there. But I'm gonna switch out into my B-Boy right now, and as he goes for Thunderbolt, it actually does a lot of damage. But I'm gonna Mach Punch. He could go into his, let's see, his Amoonguss, but he doesn't. He doesn't feel like doing any predictions. This thing's actually going to be super helpful for the Sharpedo and the Cinccino. So I'm going to keep it around for that reason. This thing is kind of a threat. I honestly feel like he's going to go for the Spore right here. So what I'm going to do is go into my Registeel. It's not really that necessary, and I can definitely wake up against that Cinccino, so I'm not worried. I'm gonna go into my Braviary right now, and then set up a sub because I think he's gonna go for Giga Drain or Hidden Power Fire, I guess. Not a big deal. I am gonna try and sub on him. I don't think he's gonna want to stay in. He might go. I don't know what he would go into though, really. So. If he makes a switch into his Cinccino right now to go for the Rock Blast, that would be a pretty good idea. But, boy, that's actually really good for him. But I think I can, I mean, I want to say that I can live even the Rock Blast, so, yeah, because it takes at least 2 to break my sub. So, and I'm just going to wreck this Cinccino, so that's fine with me. I mean, I would have loved to have this for Amoonguss, but I think I can take it out other ways, especially with my Gallade, so that's what I'll do. I want to say he wants to go into his... Okay, so he goes into Amoonguss right here. He gets Sludge Bomb. I'm gonna go into my Jellicent right here, as he does go for the Sludge Bomb. Doesn't get the poison. I'm sure he's got Giga Drain as well. So, I'm going to, I think I'm going to go into my Gallade right here, as he goes for the Giga Drain. Doesn't do a ton. I'm going to go for the Psycho Cut, because if he wants to go into a Sharpedo, he can, but I'm not going to be worried. And he tries to go for Spore, which was a terrible, awful play. I'm going to go for Knockoff right here, because I think that'll knock this thing out. And if he does want to switch out into his Sharpedo, I mean, he'll probably die. So he does go into that, and okay, he doesn't die. I don't know why I thought he would die, but he had a Focus Sash, and that's totally cool. That's chill. I'm going to go into my Tangrowth right here because I don't think I need it for anything else, as he does go for the Waterfall and does no damage. And what I'm going to do here is go for the... I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb. It'll knock this thing out. It'll do some okay damage to Hitmonchan, and it'll hurt Amoonguss more than Giga Drain obviously will. So, I do some solid damage to this. I'm just going to stay in right now. Try and get some damage off against my opponent who doesn't know how Sleep Claws works. So, yeah, that's what we're rocking right now. Get some more damage off as he goes for a Giga Drain, probably predicting me to switch out, which was a solid play, but now I might be able to knock him out with the Sludge Bomb. He's not going to knock me out with the Sludge Bomb, I don't think. So I'm still in a good position, and I should be able to even switch out again after. Oh, wow, he does knock me out. I'm really surprised by that. But it's not really a big deal because I do still have the Gallade right here, and I am just going to go for the Drain Punch. It'll knock this thing out for sure. And it'll do solid damage to Sharpedo. Yeah, okay, good play. No, not this time, man. Not this time. I'm not going for knockoff again. So I'm actually in a really good position right here against this guy, and he doesn't get knockoff, but I don't want. Thing is, yeah, I'm gonna go into my Jellicent right here, as he goes for Fire Punch and does nothing. I'm just gonna go for Scald. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Scald right here. He could definitely switch into his Amoonguss, but he risks getting burned, and I can definitely 2-hit KO it with Scald and Shadow Ball. So yeah, there's that. I think I can 2-hit KO it, maybe not. Okay, I cannot 2-hit KO it, but I do get the chance to go into my... I know I can 2-hit KO it with Gallade, so that's really not a problem. He can't 2-hit KO me, or he wouldn't 2-hit KO me, so there's that. And I can try and wake up right here and just go for the Iron Head. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Iron Head and do what I can if I wake up. So I do not wake up. And right here, I'm gonna predict him to go into his Hitmonchan, because I don't think, I mean, he could stay in an HP Fire and that'd be whatever, but if he does, I'm sure I'll be able to take it. Yeah, I definitely eat that up, so I'm not worried, and I can just go for an Iron Head right here, see how much damage it'll do, and then maybe put my okay, come on, wake up, wake up. Oh, you piece of crap. Not a big deal. I can just go into my Jellicent. This Amoonguss is actually being a problem right now, so that sucks. But like I said, as long as I keep my Gallade around and healthy, then I should be fine. As he goes for Fire Punch again for some reason. Don't know why he's not going for like Drain Punch, but I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball. And I mean, that might do decent damage. This is definitely especially defensive Amoonguss. Yeah, it's definitely especially defensive. I do not get the drop, and the Giga Drain is inbound, so I'm gonna wake up here, or I'm gonna go into my Registeel, try and wake up right here, and I'm gonna go for the Toxic because I need to. I'm sure he's gonna switch out. Actually, I'm gonna go for Protect. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go. No. I meant to go for Toxic. I'm gonna go for Toxic. Please register. Yes. So I do get that. This Hitmonchan is gonna be easy enough to wear down now. I'm gonna go for Protect. This is what I needed. This is absolutely what I needed, and that's great. So I'm gonna go for the Protect, and he'll be down to about 88 or something like that, or less. I can honestly really eat up a Fire Punch. I'm 100% certain I can eat up a Fire Punch if that's what he wants to go for. He hasn't predicted once in that regard, so maybe he'll switch out right here. He doesn't. I definitely eat it up. Don't burn me. Okay, he doesn't burn me. He's going to take more toxic damage, and he's probably going to die to the next one. So if he doesn't predict me to protect right here, then I'm in a really good position. He does not predict me to protect. He actually goes for Drain Punch right there, and that was, oh, Fatal Flaw. I'm gonna go back into my Jellicent, because honestly, unless he's carrying Thunder Punch, I mean, either way he's dying this turn is what I'm trying to say. Fire Punch is not going to hurt me, and Drain Punch is literally not going to hurt me because it won't affect me. And yeah. So I've got him down to his Amoonguss. That's really good for me. Really good for me. I'm not sure what to do right here. He's definitely, I mean, he's just gonna, he's either gonna Spore or he's gonna Giga Drain, so I'm just gonna go back into my Registeel. So he does Spore. And he's gonna Giga Drain again. And I just have to go into Gallade. If I can't if I can't beat this thing with Gallade right now, I'm kind of screwed. So Giga Drain doesn't do a lot. Hopefully Sludge Bomb won't 2-hit KO me, or it won't KO me from there. I want to say it won't, because it did so. Giga Drain did so little, and he actually goes for Giga Drain again, basically conceding defeat, which is fine. And I'm gonna type out GG. Just wait for this turn. Hopefully he doesn't stall out for whatever reason. Just make a move, bro. And then I'm gonna write GG. Alright, so we won our first battle. It was actually a little bit harder than I expected just because of that Amoonguss. So yeah. But we're gonna go ahead and find another one. So, oh man, another... Alright, so we got another Amoonguss. We've got Fat Old Uxie, Fat Old Arumatis, and some hardcore threats in Sharpedo and Pyroar, which is fine. I kind of expect him to lead off with his Uxie, yeah. So I'm going to lead off with my Tangrowth. Just get that knockoff off. I don't want it having its leftovers or its light screen or whatever. Hopefully knockoff breaks its sub. It does, so he's not Calm Minding on me. But this is actually very bad because he could Calm Mind on me. And he goes for Signal Beam. And I do... Oh shit, he actually... I'm gonna go into my Jellicent right now. I mean, not my Jellicent, my this guy. And I'm gonna go for Iron Head. I don't want to go for Toxic, expecting him to potentially sub again. And if he can Calm Mind on me, that won't be good. It's only the 6th Tangrowth I've run into. You'd think there were no other Grass type. No better one. So if he would just make a move, that would be swell. Okay, so he's going for the Charge Beam. And, oh, I see. So this guy's all smart, you know. Oh, it's my opinion's the only one that matters. I don't know, man. I really don't think your opinion matters that much. I mean, I consider my opinion pretty valid. So... whatever. People are just like that. He thinks that Amoonguss is apparently top shelf Grass type. And I have to keep Iron Heading, really. And yet we're playing Pokemon. I don't know what that means, but yeah. I guess that's fair. So I would have Toxic this thing a while ago if I had known that, like, he wasn't gonna sub on me, but I didn't. I just wanted to be sure, so this thing's gone. That's a huge threat out of the way. Pyroar is probably gonna come in here, I would assume. Yeah, Pyroar does come in right here. But, I'm gonna Protect. I don't think he's gonna sub. I think he's probably choiced. So, yeah. I'm definitely going to switch out, though. I mean, obviously my best bet is to switch into Jellicent, but he might go for Dark Pulse expecting that. But no, he doesn't. He just goes for the Flamethrower. No way to know for sure if he is choiced, but I'm going to assume that he probably is. And then I'm going to go into my Jellicent, and I'm probably going to hit Taunt. I think I'll hit Taunt, expecting his Amoonguss to switch in, because... you know, that thing's kind of a threat. And he doesn't burn me here, which is great. I'm actually going to Scald and then Taunt. Oh, I get the burn. Hurrah! I get a crit burn. Excellent. So this thing's definitely specially defensive. Well, I don't know actually what to do. I'd like to Taunt so he can't Spore. But I'll have to take a Giga Drain, so I'm going to go for the Taunt, because he does go for Spore. That's really good for me, because now I think I should be able to get a good switch into my Braviary. And if he's smart, I guess he'll probably make a switch into his Pyroar after that, go for the Hyper Voice. But we'll see. So I take that Giga Drain so well, it's ridiculous. And he's still burned, so I'm gonna sub on him. I'm gonna sub up. So he definitely can't Spore. And yeah, we're in a good position. I don't know if he recognizes the set or not, but apparently he doesn't. He's probably gonna go for the HP Ice. Oh yeah, it was Ice. So I am gonna go for bulk up right here. I'm definitely bulking up because there's no reason not to. I outspeed him. I can set up another sub on the following turn after he breaks my sub, and be totally fine because he obviously can't break it in one hit. So yeah, I'm definitely in a good position to get up a free bulk up, and he's not in a great position because nothing wants to take a Brave Bird on his team. Literally nothing does. The only thing he can do is switch into Pyroar and hit me with Hyper Voice, which I believe I can live. I would love to not die to that though, because or you know, I guess I would love to not Brave Bird that. I would love for that not to happen, but we'll just have to see. And he's taking his time trying to decide on a move, I guess. So he's definitely not in a good position because I'm gonna get up another sub right here, and he's gonna be pretty much nowhere. So he better switch out right now into Pyroar, or something. I really don't know what he's gonna switch into if he doesn't switch into Pyroar, but anything else is gonna die or get set up on. You know, the Aromatisse probably, I don't think it'll be able to break my sub with Moonblast. It won't be able to do anything else. And Hitmonlee, Sharpedo will die. Pyroar will die to a Brave Bird at +1, so I'm not worried about that. But ooh, he just stays in. So I'm actually gonna I'm gonna bulk up again. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're doing, but it's not working out for you. So I'm gonna roost on the turn afterward, and then hopefully, oh, man. No, he goes into Aromatisse now. I'm definitely roosting. This is a free chance for that. And, you know, if he breaks my sub, he breaks my sub. It's not a big deal to me at all. This thing probably will die to a +2 Brave Bird. I'm at almost 600 attack right now, I think. Thanks to the bulk ups, right? Like that's just like my normal stats, right? Yeah, like I'm at, oh shit, I'm gonna fix this real quick. Take that out, put that in. Yeah, there we go. Don't ever have an even amount of HP on something that's weak to Stealth Rocks. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. But yeah, I should be able to roost right now, take pretty much no damage, and kill him off with a Brave Bird the next turn as he goes for Thunderbolt. I'm gonna Brave Bird right now, and it kills it. So that's pretty freaking awesome. Brave Bird, Braviary is doing such good things. I don't think he's gonna protect right here. I'm just gonna Brave Bird as he goes for Waterfall, and doesn't flinch me. It goes down, and this thing is just doing work, and that's just so awesome. So he could go into his, okay, he goes into Pyroar right here. I actually want to save this thing because I can get do some work against the Amoonguss, and I'm just gonna Shadow Ball right here, do some damage. He's probably thinking like, why'd that guy just go for Shadow Ball on my whatever. I'm gonna go into my this thing. What the hell is it called? My Registeel. So he can be sleep fodder. It's totally fine with me. He's not really useful against the rest of his team. And I'm actually going to protect right here. Going to go for the protect, see what he's going to do. And yeah. Because if he puts this thing to sleep, then I'm in a good position to take it on with my Braviary whenever I need to. Because he won't be able to put Braviary to sleep, and he won't be able to do any damage to me once I actually go for the roost. So that's my plan right now. I'm just gonna go for the Iron Head. I don't expect that he'll switch out. He might go for Sludge Bomb, expecting my Tangrowth, actually, which would be pretty. Excuse me. Oh, I got the hiccups. Pretty funny, but I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna make the safe play and go for Spore, he does do that, which is good. And then I can actually go into my Tangrowth right now. This is boring. Whatever, dude. What do I want to do right here? I want to go... Do I want to go into my Jellicent? He's probably predicting my Jellicent, to be completely honest. Sludge Bomb or Earthquake? I'm gonna go for Earthquake, because he goes for Hidden Power or something, expecting my switch out. And he does appear to be choice locked, so I'm gonna go for the knockoff right here, as he goes into Hitmonlee. That's fine with me. I knock off his Assault Vest, which is good, because now I should be able to Giga Drain him. Whatever, dude, you can play around it all you want to, but you're not going to get anywhere, I promise. I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb right here, knowing that he's... Okay. That's how you want to be. I'm just going to keep going... What are you doing, bro? Like, you're not really making that much progress. You're just weakening your Hitmonlee to the point where I can take it out with, like, Mach Punch. So... Alright. So he's just given up, which is fine. I don't know why he didn't forfeit. Why not forfeit? But that's what he's gonna do. That's what he's gonna do. I'm just gonna go for the knockoff. So he gets no more recovery. So he's just a quitter. And whatever, you know, that happens. You get those kind of people sometimes. But I'm just gonna keep Sludge Bombing, I guess, because he really doesn't care. And then I'm just gonna go for Sludge Bomb again. And that thing's gonna go down. And then I'm gonna Sludge Bomb again. I can let this thing go down. I really don't have any reservations about that. He failed to predict me, whereas I predicted him, and he didn't really appreciate that, so he gave up. And I'll give him the smiley face. I actually don't know how to I don't know what the hotkey is for pausing this, so I'm going to pause it until this is over, alright? I'll be back. Alright, so we got another team here. Yeah, my music is probably just jumped a lot, but, you know, whatever. It's not the end of the world, you guys will be alright. So that guy did end up losing by timeout, and whatever. Not a big deal to me. So we're up against Humble Jose. He's got a pretty interesting squad. It looks a lot like the core I had last week. He's got a Gallade himself. And just... Oh, that's Dredagon. You're on my team now, buddy. As for leads, I'm expecting... I can lead off with my... Yes, this is the perfect thing to lead off with. I want to get up my rocks, first and foremost. Hopefully he's not Flinchino, which he could possibly be Flinchino, but I'm not really worried about that. So he goes into his Tangrowth, and I don't know what he plans to do right here. He could have Focus Blast, but I'm going to go for... he's got Sleep Powder. Alright. That's fine. Excuse me. Woo. Wow. Oh man, I just choked there a little bit. Wow. That sucked. I'm gonna go into my my own Tangrowth right here. As he goes for Leech Seed. That's good. I'm gonna go for the knockoff. As he goes for Focus Blast and does nothing. And he's leftovers, of course. I'm gonna go for Sludge Bomb because he's gonna stay in. I might knock him out. I don't knock him out. Can I get a poison? Yeah, I get a poison. Get out of here, Tangrowth. Yeah, boy. Alright, so that's a big physical wall out of my way. So Gallade has an easier time now. I'm gonna switch into my Jellicent right here. Eat up a Dragon Pulse like it's nothing. And then I am going to go into my... I'm going to go into my Registeel. As he goes into Dredagon, he might go for the Stealth Rocks right here. As he actually, yeah, he does go for the Stealth Rocks. I'm going to go for the Toxic, as I don't wake up. He goes for Earthquake and does a lot. Alright, I'm going to go for Protect. Yeah, get some HP back. And then, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'd like the Toxic. I don't miss, which is great, as he goes for Earthquake again. I honestly think the Protect is way too obvious. So I'm going to go for the double Toxic. Come on. You didn't switch out. What? I can't believe that guy did not just switch out. Why wouldn't he switch out right there? Like, the Protect was so obvious. I guess I just... I guess I just screwed up. I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna Rapid Spin. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. As he goes into Slowking instead, which is fine. I can pretty safely go into my Jellicent right now. I really wish that my Registeel hadn't died to that crit, and what the fuck is this? But you can't really... Can't win them all. I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball, just do some damage. That thing is so bulky. As he goes for Psychic, I can definitely win this war. I'm gonna taunt him as he goes into Cinccino. I was kind of expecting that, and now I expect the Bullet Seed as well. So I'm gonna go into my Tangrowth, eat that up. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness! Just give me that sweet, delicious yumminess. And right here, I can go for the Giga Drain. U-turn's not gonna kill me. And, I mean, yeah, he can go into Dredagon, but I might outspeed that. He goes into Gallade, which is fine too, because I'll do some decent damage to it. That might be Assault Vest. Just, no, he's not. Okay, never mind. Okay. I was saying he might be Assault Vest because, shit, he could go for Knockoff right here. I'm kind of expecting him to go for Knockoff. I don't really have a good answer to Gallade on my team, so, I really do want to keep this thing around. Maybe the least useful thing on my team is Braviary, as he goes for SD, so he's leftovers SD. Maybe he's bulky, and I might be able to outspeed because I believe it's a speed tie. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go for the Brave Bird right here, as he goes into Dredagon, which was a decent play. That thing's I'm gonna take Rough Skin and Recoil. Oh, and Rocky Helmet. Ew. But, that's fine. Dredagon goes down, so I'm not scared of that thing anymore. As he goes into Clawitzer, what can I do? What can I do? I honestly think that this thing, Tangrowth, is more useful for both Clawitzer and Slowking. So, it might be better to just get rid of Jellicent right here. And he could definitely go for, he's probably going to go for Ice Beam. I expect he's going to go for Ice Beam. He goes for Water Pulse and heals me up. Nice! So right here I'm going to go for the Scald. Predicting his Cinccino. Yeah, especially because I think he's probably Choice Locked. Can I burn him? No, I can't burn him. Alright, this is what the defense investment's for. Yes! Yes, don't flinch me. Don't flinch me, baby. Don't flinch me. Don't flinch it. Don't flinch it. Nice, that Cinchino's gone, so I don't need my Registeel. Obviously, I don't have my Registeel, but I wouldn't need my Registeel anymore either. So I'm definitely in a good position. Right here, I'm expecting the Dark Pulse, no problems. I'm just going to go into my Hitmontop, eat that up, eat it up, eat it up. And now, expecting his own Gallade or Slowking to come in, I'm going to go into my Gallade. And we're going to have a bit of a standoff right here. But I'm going to go for knockoff. He might go for knockoff. We might both go for knockoff, but I am faster, so he makes a mistake by going for that. I don't think he can knock me out with Shadow Sneak. He can crit me with Shadow Sneak, though. But I am faster, probably, with my Braviary, so that's kind of good. And I do knock him out. He can't Shadow Sneak me. And that's another threat down. And if he specs Clodser, then I'll probably outspeed him. Oh, okay, don't flinch. Nice. He predicted me to go into my Jellicent there. I guess he probably doesn't have Ice Beam. But, yeah, it's looking like a Snack Wrap. Yeah, it was a Snack Wrap indeed. So yeah, there's that. I think that's going to be the last battle. I think this has been about 40 minutes now. But that game ended up a lot better than the other one did. And the first one was also pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I will be back in a couple of days with the next part. So until then, I'll see you all later. Peace.